Ladies and gentlemen, CocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, you got the Coco crew here holding it down live. Yours truly, sexiest man on all of Internet Wrestling Radio. It's right, Boom Boom here, shaking the room, live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. And of course, join me there way across the pond in Tokyo, Japan. None other than the huge one himself, Dave Coco. What's
Hey,
up, bud?
nothing much, man. Just seeing how the volume's working, how it's going, make sure that we're on the same side. We're trying something new. If we have a big giant, you know what? A giant picture of Andre the Giant holding a turkey, I think is the perfect photo for this
It is.
podcast. And hopefully we both have the same volume. Because last time, some of us were
Mm-hmm.
louder and quieter. So there you go. Boom Booms, tell them about the topic.
Yeah, since it's Black Friday now, we just celebrated Thanksgiving. We're all full of turkey dressing, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, green beans, asparagus, and pumpkin pie and pecan pie. We figured we'd take this opportunity to kind of sit down and just talk about all what we're thankful for as we
Exactly.
recover from the food coma.
I am thankful that one time we had Google Hangouts and we didn't have to mess with stuff. But hopefully this is the way to go and everything will be fine. Booms,
Yes.
we're older. We're older gentlemen. A lot of people have described this as the old man Muppets that complain about everything. But
Yes, Statler and Waldorf.
there has to be something that brings us back. It's something that we're thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just go back and forth, see what we want, and see how it's going. So Bear Friend said hello. Bear Friend, how's the volume on us? Do we both sound the same? All right, we're good. We Bear Friend approve. What's that? Boom Boom's got. Well, that's what you got to say, Bear Friend. All right, what about now? Boom Boom, you go first while we're
Yes.
adjusting with the volume. Go ahead.
We're going to talk about things that we're thankful for. One of the things I'm thankful for right now when it comes to this industry is the fact that this is actually a golden age of wrestling. I mean, there is just a lot of content out there, a lot of alternatives, and cheap and accessible, cheap and ways to access it. Because if I want to watch NWA Power, I just go to YouTube. If I want to watch New Japan, they've got a $10 a month streaming service. Same thing with WWE. There's wrestling on TV like Access now. They're playing New Japan. They're playing WoW. They're playing Impact. If you want to try out some new things, you can go check out Stardom, DDT, just all kinds of just different platforms and way to check it out. It makes things very accessible and entertaining.
Yeah, and not only that, but there's also like alternatives because we lived through the era of John Cena, Randy Orton, Dave Batista, and that three-headed monster, and it was almost impossible. Like you had to go really out of your way to see alternatives. Now there's alternatives everywhere on free television, on the little networks and
Mhm.
all that. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a golden age because I think everyone has different golden age, but I think it peaked when ECW, WCW, and WWE or WWF were all hitting
Mhm.
stride. That was a great time, and then WWF won that war as they've won many wars, and I think the darkest time was
Mhm.
when it was Cena, Orton, and Batista on top, and there was nowhere else to go. Like you had to fucking work hard. So yeah. So there you go. Yeah, Pancake, just keep refreshing. Hopefully fucking it will work. Yeah. So yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, but yeah, and you know what I'm really fucking grateful for? And I've said this before, I'm a very anti WWE guy. I'm thankful
Yes.
for the WWE network. I think we should have had that a long time ago, you know?
Mhm.
And we should have had that a long time ago. And on top of having it a long time ago, it spurred other people to do on a network. Like for those that don't know, I used to run Combat TV, which was a 24-hour streaming service before back in the day when you had to explain what watching television online meant. And I just remember like, why doesn't everyone do this? And now we're at an age because WWE Network took off. Other people are trying. Think of how much New Japan you just read about. Now you can watch. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The
So
streaming services changed the game. I mean, when WWE did it, and not only could they made it, they made it. Now they did have to tweak it a little bit. They did have to tweak, the formula about not having to buy it in bulk, and made people, it was people kind of skittish because you had to buy it for like what at least a 3 to 6 month commitment at first. Now it's, you can cancel any time, no commitment. It's beautiful. And then you have Honor Club pop up, and that's roughly 10 to 12 bucks a month. New Japan World is 999 yen, which is roughly 875 American. I've mentioned Stardom. I've mentioned DDT. All Japan's got a streaming service. High Spots has a streaming service, and you can check out all kinds of independents. So the content is out there.
Yeah, it definitely is. And now it's got to the point where, like, back in the day, it was like a legit excuse not to watch alternatives. You're like, oh my God, I have to buy the DVDs. I have to do this. I have to do this. Now you're just a stubborn fool if you stick with
Hmm.
WWE or you actually really enjoy the product. But outside, I mean, and I don't want to complain because we're thinking of Thanksgiving, but outside of WWE fans making fun of competition, Golden Star's in the chat. Welcome, Golden Star.
Hmm.
Outside of, you know, WWE fans going, oh my God, I can't believe someone's going to try to fucking compete against us, I don't think they're actually happy. Like, when's the last time you've seen a WWE fan that's actually happy about the WWE product? Not talking about the money, not talking about the business, not talking about how far ahead they are. They actually sat
Hmm.
down and are happy about the product. So I don't know. I'm grateful that those that had it, yeah. So that those that had it have a chance to go. You know what I mean? They're like, I've just had it with the WWE, and before it was like I just had it with the WWE, and you're like, oh God, when Cena retires, it's gonna be fucking great. Now I'm thankful that there's a lot of options.
Hmm.
And one thing that I'm very thankful for too, and I guess we'll go back and forth. Boom, she can go next.
Hmm.
That the NWA is come back because it looks different, but more importantly, throw in MLW. I love the fact that they're putting on high quality television pro wrestling shows on YouTube for free. So I just think it's amazing and it's changing the landscape. Can you imagine? And now, granted, I'm a big ECW guy. I'm a big Paul Heyman guy. Could you imagine Paul Heyman when he had a spine and fucking was fighting the good fight with this technology today?
Oh my God, we can only imagine. Imagine what he could have done with social media. Imagine what he could have done with YouTube. I mean, just God, the possibilities are endless. I mean, a streaming service. I mean, my God, I remember, I got barely legal as a birthday present one year, and that pay per view was like I think God like 30 bucks. I want to say I forgot. It's been a while, but I remember watching that, and that was a big deal. Now imagine like if you set up a streaming service for like 10 bucks a month, watch all the ECW content. Hell, even back then when I was in high school and just had a part-time job, I could have afforded that. And I think he could have taken that ball and ran with it. He wouldn't have needed to get pay-per-view. He wouldn't have needed to, deal with on-demand and DirecTV and that. Or well, I don't know who they were at the time, but back in those companies, he wouldn't have had to deal with anything. He could just furthermore done what he wanted to do. He wouldn't have to worry about the censors. He wouldn't have had to worry about TNT. He wouldn't have to be worried about the negative publicity. I mean, he just could have bankrolled ECW just on fan support alone.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been absolutely amazing because we had so many diehard fans, and like he was the one that pioneered a lot of stuff on the internet. We're gonna go some questions, and then we'll also say what we're thankful for today. Basically, every couple years, we just do a show that what we're thankful for pro wrestling, just for the simple fact
Mhm.
that we're pretty negative dudes. So sometimes you have to say thankful for stuff. Golden stars in the chat. First off, yeah, our raptor disappeared. We have a raptor and he disappeared. I don't know where he went. I think Golden Star kidnapped him. Maybe he went to Philadelphia in the trade. We have to find out. I've been so let's see, Golden Star. I've seen plenty of people online who generally like a show, no matter how shitty WWE is. I'll never know why. See, I've never. Maybe it's because I live in Japan, or maybe it's because I hang out in the negative corner of the internet. I've never
Mhm.
seen people genuinely like it. You know what I mean? Because
Well,
genuinely like
I
it,
think they
like
defend
can,
it.
can I? I'll just give you. I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off. I just want to give an example of genuine liking something. I genuinely like Marvel. I never mention DC. If I do, I'm like, oh, that was an okay movie. I like the Joker. If you genuinely like something, you don't really talk about the competition. It's when you fucking genuinely don't like it. You're like, well, guess what? Fucking Marvel made a zillion fucking dollars. Fuck the Joker. You know what I mean? Then you're
Hmm.
like, do you even really enjoy what you're watching? So I don't know. I've never met someone that genuinely loves the WWE product. I always have, they either talk about the money or how big of a lead they have, or
Hmm.
they talk about they talk about basically like the big lead they have, or fuck, I forget what the other thing is they talk about. But yeah, basically it's just the big lead. Or they talk about, oh, no, 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 this is what they do. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Or they say, I'm just trying to be positive. Like when I go to see fucking Marvel movies, I never go, oh, booms, I'm just trying to be positive. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
like, fucking, oh, this is awesome. So I don't know. That could be it. Golden Star also asked, serious question, Dave. How do you feel about John Cena when he first started in WWE? I saw him in the developmentals as the prototype. And I feel the same way I feel about Finley's son. I feel the same way as I felt about what the fuck is his name? Jay White. I think Jay White has really stepped it up since the G1. But the fact that everyone's been sucking his dick from day one, you can't really give the guy credit. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
let's just pick on Finley. I considered when I first saw John Cena, I considered it like Finley. Everyone says he's amazing and he's going to be the next big thing. And I'm like, I just don't see it. You know what I mean? So that
Hmm.
was my attitude towards John Cena because he was acting like a robot. He had a flat top. He's like, when this guy comes to WWE, he's going to be amazing. I'm like, I just don't fucking see it. Spoiler, I never thought he was amazing. You know what I mean? So that's where it is. That's what I was. Because like I also hate WWE guys that are like, oh, everyone loved John Cena. And no. Oh, I fucking saw him. I literally saw him live in the developmental. And I was like, I don't see it. And yeah. So there's always like I don't know, WWE is so good at rewriting history, you know? Can you
Yes.
imagine? Yeah. They because like the whole thing like, oh, people rooted for Roman Reigns when he first showed up for the Shield. No, they didn't. You're rewriting history. Booms, you're old. You remember stuff. How many people were pissed that Roman Reigns took Chris Hero's spot? Oh, we don't talk
You,
about
you know,
that.
honestly, we didn't know about it until after that CM Punk shoot interview.
Oh
But
no.
I think
Oh, maybe it's
what
because
they
I
were,
was close to FCW. Maybe that's why.
because what they were referring to is when but everybody cheered Roman Reigns until they didn't. It was because they cheered him in that Royal Rumble, the one where Batista came out of nowhere and won. That's when they cheered him because the Shield was like the hot thing, and then we realized that Daniel Bryan's not in this. He's not going to win this Royal Rumble, but we don't want Batista. So everybody started cheering for Roman Reigns because it was, because it's like, well, we don't want Batista, and then WWE started, and Batista, or excuse me, Reigns was actually, okay with the Shield, and they're like, okay, he's getting a little bit better. I thought he did. I thought he was getting a little bit better. I thought he was great with the Shield, but then they started pushing him above everybody else, and then I'm just like, no, 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 you're going too hard, too fast with this guy, and then. Then it was like, oh, he's the greatest thing ever. I'm like, well, no, not that. And then finally, we just all turned on him.
Yeah. I'm just gonna read the chat real quick and we'll get it. I'm surprised Mr. Heyman didn't ask to help with Combat TV. A lot of ECW guys helped out with Combat TV, to be honest. Paul
Hmm.
Heyman was burnt out when Combat TV was at his prime, and I'm pretty sure he was at the point of his life where he's like, I proved everything I have to prove. I'm only doing shit for money now. And a lot of people that don't know pro wrestling when you're burnt out knows. Um, I signed a contract, so I'm gonna keep using the word allegedly. Boom boom. If I stop using the word allegedly, can you please keep saying allegedly?
Allegedly, okay.
Allegedly, I was offered a job at WWE, and allegedly, I turned it down for a payout. So like, you can have a dream job and just be burnt out allegedly. So I think at the time where Combat TV was at its peak, Paul Heyman was like,
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly. Thanks, Boom Boom. He was probably at that point where it's like, dude, if it ain't the fucking USA Network, don't bother me.
Allegedly.
But yeah, but a lot of people have helped with Combat TV. That was from the ECW
Allegedly.
era. Thank you, Boom Boom. I don't want to get sued. What's up with me signing contracts? You're like, here's a bunch of money. sign this. And I'm like, okay. Have you read it? Nope. Have you spent the money? Oh, of course I have. Allegedly. All right. And Pancake says, fuck Marvel. It wouldn't be a stream without Pancake saying some fucks to something. Golden Star. I've seen people who genuinely love WWE and other shows like AEW and New Japan. They must like wrestling shows no matter what they do for some reason. See, I've never seen that. Because the thing is, I've seen fans. Like, I've seen, well, that's not too. Maybe casual fans that just show up when it comes to, like, I call it the circus fans. Mm-hmm. They go live. I think they enjoy it. Like, oh, man, I got to go fucking see WWE. I'll see it in fucking 6 months when it returns to my town. I think they enjoy it because I think that's the best way to enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the way Vince McMahon actually envisioned, WWE was to go on tour and you treat it like the circus because, back, in the territory days, you'd have kind of like a little bit of a loop, but when you're not WWE and you're like this big national company, it may be a kind of a cool deal the first time, but after a while it gets old because it's just kind of becomes like the movie theater or the the putt or the miniature golf course. It's just okay. It's there. We can do this anytime. But when it becomes like the circus and it only comes through once a year, oh my God, it's a big deal.
Yeah. So, So to me, I have not met a fan that watches it religiously that hasn't added that I'm just trying to be positive about it. And maybe I haven't met enough fans. But then again, I have a podcast where I'm like, they fucking suck. So maybe I don't attract those fans. Everyone was a Hulkamaniac. Yeah, that drives me crazy. I think that's one that drives me crazy a lot because of the simple fact that older people are like, that's just not true. Let's see.
Well, I mean, it just kind of depends on what camp you fell into. I mean, if you were an NWA fan, I mean, you were more of a Ric Flair fan. You were more of a fan of the, because NWA presented it like a sport at the time, like a big competition, whereas WWF at the time was a little bit more cartoony and was geared towards children. And there are some people, hardcore that, love, love the good old, the good old tough boys, getting out there and wrestling. They love that.
Yeah. Well, I think it irks me when WWE fans or rewrite history that, like, everyone loved Hulk Hogan. And that is not the case at all. Golden Star says the biggest problem with Reigns was making his character John Cena too, and having everyone under the sun put him over like $1 million. Yeah, that's always the problem. Just booking is god awful. And didn't the Hartford Whalers want to buy out ACW too? A company from Connecticut did buy ACW for a short time, and then they sold it back to someone else. But allegedly, I never actually gave up the rights to ACW because I only got half my payment from the new owner. So allegedly, if I was a real dick, I allegedly still own ACW. Don't tell WWE yet, they might murder me. There were plenty of WWF fans back in the day who didn't like Hogan. Exactly, but that's not how rewrite history. Yeah, I hated Hogan, and I rooted for Andre so much. I rooted for Bam Bam so much, But the thing is, they were so great at marketing, and if you just watched WWE and you were in a camp of Hulk Hogan, you thought that's how everyone was. Macho Man, I loved Macho Man. Now if someone says everyone loved Macho Man, I'm like, okay, I can buy that. You know what I mean? Who doesn't love Macho Man? Mm-hmm. Oh God, I love me some Macho Man. Maybe we'll have a podcast of just Macho Man stories. Maybe I should just write a book of silly Macho Man stories called Me and Macho Man. Bonesaw is ready.
You talk about the one where you talk about the story where you went to his house and he put like ketchup in some boiling water and called it tomato soup.
Yes, and he yelled at me. Yeah. I have a lot of Macho Man stupid stories, and I'm thankful. That's one thing I'm thankful for. I got to be a wrestling promoter in Tampa and met so many wrestlers and got to work with some heroes. So that's it. That's something I'm really thankful for because even though I was burnt out, I look back and man, I had some great memories. And we did the impossible. A lot of people say they did the impossible. We had 0 guys under contract, fucking 0 guys to start with on television. People that were on television came to join us. We didn't fucking recruit people that came to television. We outdrew John Cena. You know what I mean? And WWE basically said you're such a pain in the ass, and like they couldn't believe it. They're like, dude, how do you run this organization? I'm like, we run it off this much money, and they're like, impossible. And I'm like, no. So we beat WWE with nothing, and then we sold out. But I mean, that's how
Allegedly.
allegedly, yeah, allegedly. So yeah, my favorite Macho Man was the drunk one. All right, impossible. Yeah, exactly. So everything's impossible. But yeah, it was fun. I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah. So I'm really thankful for that. I'm thankful for New Japan, even though the Wikipedia fans are a bit much. I
Hmm.
I don't know. Like, I'm thankful it's growing, and I'm thankful it's doing everything I wanted to do. We've been
Right.
covering New Japan for years. We always wanted the New Japan World. We always wanted English commentary. We always wanted them to invade other countries. You know what I mean? So basically, everything we
Right.
wanted, we're getting. But just like the UFC or your favorite rock band, when they hit that next level, Jesus Christ, man, the fucking Wikipedia fans. Do you know in 1972? I was like, I was there. And I don't know. Maybe that's just me getting old. You know what I mean? Pancake says, I'm thankful for Jeff Hardy being the best wrestler. Thanks, Pancake. Thanks for your input. Who's
Hmm.
worse, Dave? The New Japan fans, or I'm just trying to be positive WWE fans? I,
The new Japan fans.
yeah, I say the
Because
new.
people, I
You good?
love it when people try to lecture down to me. Because I remember, and I'm not going to take credit and go, well, I've been this New Japan fan for the
I
longest
will.
time. No, that's not true.
If your
You know,
name's
Dave,
if your name's not Meltzer, shut the fuck up. Go on.
Dave Coco's the one who got me into it. Dave Coco's the one sent me a link to Wrestle Kingdom 8. I fell in love with it. I had to ask a ton of questions, and to which he gratefully answered. And then I would try to follow up whenever I could. And then when they started getting more and more English commentary, I was able to follow along and know what was actually going on. And then when we like this thing's happened now with New Japan, we start questioning booking wrestlers. Like, well, you must not have been a fan for long because X, Y, Z. I'm like, fuck you.
Or they're like this is like, oh god, remember the Okada Tanahashi thing? Oh, it's the
Hmm.
perfect storyline. Yeah, that's why attendance dropped and that's it. Here's the
Yeah,
thing:
'cause they
if
kept
you
doing it
if you
right
saw
after the
the
draft.
rematch at Wrestle Kingdom of Okada versus Tanahashi, fucking perfectly booked, then you didn't watch New Japan. You know what I mean? Like, I just
They did
remember
that
the
match
one
three
fucking meme.
times.
I remember the fucking one meme that fucking people were like, "This is a perfectly booked story," and it was just fucking like Iron Man rolling his eyes. It's just
Hmm.
like, what are you talking about? It's the best of three. Like, this is their 476th match this Wednesday. Long term booking, go Ace, yeah. So I don't know, but I feel that way about the UFC. So I don't know. I know this is coming a little bit negative. I'm thankful for that things that I love grow, but then once it hits a certain point, it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Have you ever done that? Like, I feel like at UFC 100 it peaked, and there I kind of just check in on it. You know what I mean? I'm like, all
Hmm.
right, tell me. Like, yeah. Like, I remember someone on Twitter was like, "Oh man, these casuals when Diaz fight." I'm like, "Listen, I'm an old school. I've literally seen hundreds, 1 to 100. I've seen Pride. I'm old school. I only watch Nate Diaz fight. I'm not a fucking casual. I'm a guy that's just fed up with your bullshit fandom. You know what I mean? And it's like, hey, I remember that fucking guy. Let me go root for him. Don't ruin this for me, fucking Wikipedia fan."
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm getting a little fucking loud. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning here. I'm gonna get a noise complaint from Yoshihashi. I'm not thankful for him. But yeah, UFC fans are probably the worst fans on earth. And I feel, but here's the thing, Golden Star. I feel New Japan fans are following in the same footsteps. And Booms, you can see a lot of similarities, can't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, let's get more positive. What are we thankful for? Booms, tag to you.
Tag to me. Let's see. The next one I would say is the wrestlers, and let me explain. Chuck Taylor brought up something on one of the Being Elite videos where they did room service. He brought up a really good point. What we're seeing right now with wrestlers of all different shapes, sizes, and all this is this is the first generation of wrestlers who were actually fans as kids. Beforehand it was, some guys working out in the gym. They're like, oh, hey, man, you want to be a wrestler? Like, oh, okay, why not? This is the first one where you've had people who grew up watching it, enjoyed watching it, said, hey, I want to do that, and they went to go do it, and now they're doing it. And that's why I think things are getting better, work rate wise.
Yeah, yeah, and hopefully it keeps building up there. And also, I like the fact that we do. I don't know. I'm thankful for the internet, and I'm also kind of sad for the internet. I'm thankful for the internet because people can educate each other, but I'm
Hmm.
also against the internet because I feel like everyone talks down to each other. I always feel like I go on like New Japan forums, like I agree with you, just the way you're saying it is you're a dick. You know what I mean? So, I'm thankful for the fans because like I don't know. I think if you were an NWA fan, you understood work rate even when kayfabe was alive. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And then like ECW came and it blew your fucking mind. And I want to thank moments in pro wrestling that kept me a fan. Because here's the thing, a lot of times people are like, oh, it's kid things. And the reason why I think, one of my theories is, the reason why they say it's kids things, because if there isn't a product to keep you watching at certain points in your life, you stop watching.
Hmm.
And since WWE won the war and they're a kids company, people are like, oh, it's kid stuff, it's kid stuff. But we were lucky at our age, we had ECW. When WWE was at its worst,
Yeah.
Lucha Underground, New Japan, you know what I mean? And now AEW. I am very happy for those companies that when you almost give up on pro wrestling, keep you watching. So I am very thankful for ECW, the ECW's, Lucha Undergrounds, and
Yeah,
the AEW's of
because
the
when you
world.
think about it, Dave, like, and this is not to, again, not to say how old we are, but I think we actually came up at the best time. Because when we were little kids, there was WWF, and, that was made for kids. Well, when we kind of started to grow out of that, well, there's WCW, and despite what people were saying about the company at the time being in shambles, the on-air product, a lot of the on-air stuff was actually pretty good. A lot of the big events were pretty good. And then when we became teenagers, that's when the Attitude Era hit. That's when the whole NWO, DX thing. And then when we went into college, or at least in that time frame, you saw the ruthless aggression attitude. And they were trying to turn a leaf, and now we're adults. Now we've got all this whole variety. So if you don't like something, boom, change the channel. Oh, there's something else I may like. Well, I don't like that anymore. Oh, let me go back to this other. Oh, perfect. Just a lot of variety.
Yeah,
Whereas if we grown up any other time, I mean, WWE would have stayed for kids, and we would have grown out of it. Or maybe we would have been kids during the Attitude Era. Our parents wouldn't let us watch it.
yeah. So it's just like perfect timing that we get to
Hmm.
enjoy pro wrestling. But whew, at our age, man, that John Cena fucking triple head fucking monster, that was hard to get through. And none of that, but I also find it weird. Can you imagine? And granted, we have younger viewers and younger listeners or whatever. Can you imagine that is when you started watching pro wrestling? Hard times, hard times. You know what I mean? They're talking about USC fans in the chat. They aren't as bad till they have real fights over who's better, Okada versus Jay White. I didn't know UFC fans fought each other over that, but A, B, but no, I don't know. I had this guy who's an online friend. So I think it is as bad. I had this guy as an online friend, and he wanted me my opinion of Jay White. I gave it, and he's like, "Oh, I can't fucking watch you anymore because of your opinion. We can't be friends." And I was like, "Is this motherfucker for real?" All right. So I don't know. People are fucking weird, man. People are weird. Um, yeah. So I'm dying. I'm really thankful. I know this is gonna sound weird, Booms. Follow me on this
Hmm.
road. I'm really.
All right.
I'm sorry, I'm dying. I'm really thankful. Oh my god, I'm really dying. I'm gonna get a drink after this. I'm really thankful that CM Punk didn't return right away. I know it sounds weird because I'm a huge CM Punk fan, right? I was CM Punk, he's our savior, all that. I'm glad he didn't return because now he's a shell of himself, wrestling wise, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And he sold out when I've already given up on the product. You know what I mean? Like, if he came back, I would be suffering through Roman Reigns. If he came back, I would be suffering through Seth Rollins. But he didn't come back. He sacrificed himself so that we would stop watching WWE. Thank you, CM Punk, for going 0-2, fucking failing, and coming back like a sellout bitch. Thank you. Because, like, if he did that right away, I'd probably still be watching. You know? You know, the other day they almost tricked me. I watched a little bit of CM Punk, and I watched a little bit of like YouTube clips, and I was like, maybe it is good. And then I just stopped myself. I'm like, nope. I've reached through the cheese in the mousetrap one too many times. I reached into the cheese. So there you go. So yeah. But yeah. All right, Booms, I'm going to get a drink, and then I'll read some comments. Booms, hot tag to
Okay.
you. Say something you're thankful for.
Okay. Some other things that I'm thankful for is I'm thankful for the fans. I just think we've got a pretty good coalition. It's really kind of weird. It's kind of like a weird brotherhood that we have. We try to kind of keep our habit, secret because we just don't want to deal with the questions. We don't want to have to deal with the snide comments. But when you actually do meet a wrestling fan, it's just like you found like your long lost brother. And plus, the fans I think now are really vocal. They've got some power now that we can change things. We changed the main event of our WrestleMania. We have people that actually, feel like they've listened to us and I'm not saying the fans are always right and the company should always do what the fans dictate, but it's really weird when it really feels good when fans actually have legit complaints or concerns really, just like my complaints like, hey, we think you should do X, Y, Z, and the company goes, you know what, I think you've got a decent point here, and let's try to do that, and you see it work with it, they work with you. Like one example of that would be AEW. I mean, everybody, including me, was like, okay, the Dark Order's just not doing it for me. We don't know who these people are. We don't know why they're doing what they're doing. Why is, this person, why, who the creepers, why are these people following this guy? Why, what are these two, Stu Grayson and Evil Uno? What are their relations to one another? And, it just wasn't working. But now, all of a sudden, we've had 2 weeks in a row where we've had vignettes. Oh, and it makes sense. They prey on people who are down. They're a little bit of a cult, so that's who the creepers are. They're people who are down on their luck. They're vulnerable, and they prey on them. And you found out that Stu Grayson was the first ever disciple of Evil Uno, and this is how they kind of get people in. So, oh, congratulations! Now I know a little bit more about them and why they're doing what they're doing, and for me, it works. So I feel like, I love the fact that the companies are actually listening now and taking some constructive criticism. I don't like it when people go, well, this sucks just because it sucks. Now, I like it when there's a legit gripe. They go, okay, you got a valid point, and they work on it, and it makes you feel like a part of the company.
Yeah.
And they're both vocal. It's great.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it is entertainment. But here's the thing. I'm just grateful and thankful that there's a company that doesn't absolutely despise its fans. And you can say whatever you want. I've met Vince McMahon. He despises us. He despises all of us. You know what I mean? So there's a company now that's like doesn't despise us, and that gives us hope. I'm gonna read some live comments and then we'll say some more stuff we're thankful for. They aren't as bad till they have real fights over who's better, Okada versus Jay. We were talking about that. Dave, we can't be friends since you said mean things about Tanahashi during the match with Okada. Listen, I love Tanahashi with all my heart until he steps in that ring with Okada. That's fair, right? Booms? Is that more than fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
The UFC fans have a bunch of fights all the time with polices and each other. Are you fucking for real? I haven't been to a live UFC in a long time. Last one I've been to was in Japan, and that's not happening in Japan, At least that part of Japan where the arena is. Dave, we can't be friends since you hate the Rangers. Why can't we be friends? Listen, I said on Hockey AM today. You ready? My favorite hockey... I have two favorite hockey teams. The Tampa Bay Lightning and whoever's playing the New York Rangers. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I'm really thankful, and I'm gonna give a fucking little shout out here, and I think Booms could tell you this because Booms have seen me help a lot of fucking people. And I help people even if I know they're fucking scumbags. I just feel it, you know? I want to be thankful for a guy that's really fucking blowing up on YouTube, and we know who the fuck we're talking about. Wrestling
Hmm.
Ranting.
Oh yeah.
He fucking came to us and we helped him out, and he wasn't as fucking popular as us, and he took the fuck off. And every step of the way, he wasn't a piece of shit. And I know that sounds crazy, but in the YouTube, fucking social media, real world human beings, it's hard to help someone not, and maybe I'm negative. It's hard to help someone and not think, oh wow, they're a piece of fucking shit at the end. You know, you just help them because you're like, yeah, maybe they won't be a piece of shit. Booms, how many of them become pieces of shit? The
Uh,
answer.
we've had
Go ahead.
we've had a few. I mean, just we just deal with some people who kind of believe their own fucking made up hype,
Yeah.
and and it's just like, dude, you just everybody. Okay, when everybody starts doing something like this, here's what they think. Step one, get on internet. Step two, and step three, profit.
Yeah.
They don't. I'm like, well, what's step two? Well, step one is get on the internet. Well, yeah, I know that. But what's step two? Well, step three is profit. Yeah, okay, yeah, but what is step two? Well, I just told you step one is get on the internet. Okay, I'm gonna start over again. Let me know where I'm losing you here, because
Yeah.
they won't
But
get it. Because it's the biggest fucking cop out ever. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go on a fucking rant here. It's just people get on there. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna start this internet show. I'm just gonna show up. I'm just going to say what I want, and then all of a sudden, all these people are just going to be like, "Oh man, this is the greatest thing ever!" And just listen to them, and they're like fucking throw money and fucking panties at them. I'm like, bro, it don't fucking work that way.
yeah. But I'm gonna say you're being a lot nicer on your rant. I'm gonna say all of them but Wrestling Ranted. Um, Wrestling Ranted, he was always straight up front with us, and always was a good guy. And in the internet world, that's almost impossible to find. And know what it is? I got to see AJ Styles. I got to see Ibushi. I got to see Kenny Omega. I got to see a lot of fucking guys. I even got to book Naito before. I've seen a lot of guys. Roderick Strong, start from the bottom and make it. And they all have one thing in common, and this is what Wrestling Ranton has. They keep their fucking word, and they don't fucking say shit that they don't come through on. And he should have all the success that he has. So, to me, I'm fucking like, I feel like when I see AJ Styles walk out into Wrestle Kingdom, like, man, I saw that guy wrestle in IPW, NWA Wildside. When I see Ibushi and the Golden Lovers come out, I'm like, dude, I saw those motherfuckers wrestle in front of 10 people in a goddamn carnival. You know what I mean? It feels
Hmm.
good to see him succeed. And there's not many people online that you could say that to. But Wrestling Ranton is. You know what I mean? He's a good fucking person, and he's not fucking full of shit. So I'm thankful for that. I'm also thankful for, like, I don't know, the people that watch our show and listen to our show, because we started off on television, then we went to radio, then we did online radio, then we did YouTube, now we're moving to Twitch. And, like, there are just some old school guys that fucking been there for a really long time, you know? And even if they check in because they had a lot of shit going on, Ewok, nothing but the best to you, what's going on? I just love the fact that fucking we had a community, and, because, dude, jumping platforms is really fucking hard. And doing
Yes.
different things is really fucking hard. Because, like, people are like, oh man, I love you for this. You're going to try something new? Okay, good luck with that. You know what I mean? I think a
Hmm.
lot of people think they're going to make the jump, but the ones that do make the jump are fucking awesome. And, man, I remember when it was me and Booms fucking talking on YouTube, at least, talking to fucking like two people. And now we're recreating that with Twitch, you know? So, I don't know. It feels good. Uh, let's see. How many of those guys who helped on ProWrestling.me became pieces of shit? They all were. They all were. If you fucking were part of ProWrestling.me, you're a piece of shit. And here's the thing. Like, people are like, oh my God, you're fucking shooting on them. Booms, how
You talking
often
about
do I
you
call
talking about pro
people...
wrestling got me?
Yeah. How often do I tell
Oh
people
my
pieces of
god.
shit to their face? You know?
Coco will tell you if the worst thing Dave Coco can say to you, he will just look you dead square in the eye and say you've got no character.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But yeah. How many of those guys who double R equals genius? Yeah, he's a really good guy. So Wrestling Ranted doesn't say fuck to everyone and everything. Not really. No, no, no. He's just a guy that's upfront. And I know that sounds crazy, but people that are that way usually succeed a lot more. You know? It's the guys that are like, I'll do anything for you. I'll give you 7 LeBrons. Those are guys you're like, oh, what the fuck is going on? You're only talking to me and Golden Star. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we're starting from the bottom again. But me and Boom Boom, we've started from the bottom. We're all mostly on Twitch because fuck YouTube, man. And why the fuck would they get rid of Hangouts? Booms, I said this earlier on Hockey AM.
Mm-hmm.
If you could get away with it, I know you're more religious than me, but let's say legally. If you could get away with it and just kick one goddamn YouTube employee off a cliff, would you? God, I would love that. I just love to kick one YouTube. Like, I don't even give a fuck. Like, I'm the janitor. Line the fuck up. Just line the fuck up, you know? Oh, God. Does that make me a bad person? Like, you know how, like, in The Catcher in the Rye, he dreamed about saving... You know how, like, he dreamed about saving kids off the fucking side of the cliff? Spoilers. That's not really a spoiler. It's still a good book. But still, Catcher in the Rye, I don't know. Okay, this might be the worst reference on a wrestling show. But, he has a dream that he's the Catcher in the Rye and he saves kids in a fucking basically wheat field from going off a cliff because they can't see the cliff. And that's why he's Catcher in the Rye. It's not a spoiler, Bear Friend. Bear Friend's giggling at my fucking spoilers. There's more to the book than that. But I kind of feel like the opposite. If there was just a cliff of YouTube employees that I could kick them off, that's what I dream about. I'd be like the YouTube kicker. I don't remember anything about the book except they bought a prostitute. Yeah, they did buy a prostitute. Hashtag fuck YouTube. Yeah. So... I mean, I don't know. I'm thankful for YouTube, but I just wish they weren't pieces of shit. You know, they just don't have good character. Booms, let's go pull the YouTube aside and give them the Dave Coco speech. You're just not a very good character, are you, kid?
No, you just don't have a lot of character, you know? You probably should get some morals or something, or some values.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm thankful for a lot of stuff. I'm also thankful for I don't know, Booms, give me the red card if this is borderline not PC or racist. I'm really thankful for Japanese pro wrestling fans that are from Japan, basically real Japanese people, Japanese pro wrestling fans that hang out in fucking Japanese pro wrestling bars. They are like the greatest fucking people ever. You go to a Japanese pro wrestling bar and they just want to have like legit conversations. It's like a classy chat room with real people. I don't know. Is that racist?
No, I don't think that's racist at all.
All right,
I was waiting for it. I was waiting
that's
for
it.
But
just fucking like there's like some really good, classy, fucking Japanese like pro wrestling bars, and you just go and they like have conversations with you, and it's so interesting. I think if you're a real pro wrestling fan, you should try it once. You know. Just find a good Japanese pro wrestling bar, and yeah, and the conversation might be in broken English, like the New Japan shop. Here's the thing: if you go to Wrestle Kingdom or come to the Tokyo area, go to the New Japan shop. Those employees are fucking amazing. They're kind. They have conversations with you. You know what I mean? It's not like get in and get out. What fucking shirt do you want? You know what I mean? It's a fucking experience, and yeah. I don't know. So yeah. What about that one asshole, the other store next to the New Japan shop? We don't talk about that. Listen, if you go to a pro wrestling shop in Tokyo, just go to the New Japan pro wrestling shop and not the one next to it. I know it's great. The New Japan shop moved to get closer to the main road, and I hope that fucker goes out of business. And Booms, you know how much I don't like motherfuckers going out of business. Like, it's like one of those things. Are you thankful for Yoshihashi, Dave? Never. Never. But yeah, because like here's the thing, like I'm one of those guys that because I've been self-employed for so long and I've been a business guy, like I actually feel sad if my competitor goes out of business. Like I want to win, But when they go out of business, like, man, that's their dream. And like, there's nothing sadder if you have any type of self-employment drive than going to a store that's closing down, especially like a mom and pop place. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's just a fucking sad. I mean, you work in a media. That's a pretty fucking sad scene, you know?
Yeah, it is. When it's the last time, for whatever reason, I know that happened one year. There was well, I remember this one. It was a mom and pop steak joint. It was like one of those. The owners were just, getting too old to do it, and they just couldn't do it anymore, and they couldn't find anybody to take over. So they're like, dude, we're closing up shop, and then everybody poured into that restaurant, one last time because they know they're not going to get to eat this food anymore after this, and it's kind of sad. I know it's a better tale than others, when companies just don't make it, but it's just kind of sad knowing that this is it. This is the last time.
Yeah, because like the thing is, that company started with someone going, I have the balls to try this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just sad. But with that said, I'm going to be completely thankful when that fucking cunt is out of business. You know what I mean? Let's see. Boom Boom. Remember when Circuit City was going under? That's a question from the
I
chat.
remember that.
So
Yeah, I remember that.
I feel like I've been in America. I've been in America, what, like 14 years now? 12 years?
Yeah,
it's been over 10.
I remember. Yeah, because I remember when we first met, you were still living in Tampa, and then you said, "Oh yeah, me and my wife, we're just going to go to Japan for a little bit and everything," and
Yeah.
and then next thing I know, you've been there ever since.
Yeah, it's going on 12, 14 years. I feel like if I go back to America, it will feel like a whole new country. That's what. Why are we looking at Andre holding a turkey? Because
why not?
A, great. Why not? B, it's a Thanksgiving special, and C, if you just have one graphic, you don't have to do any transitions. And dude, I don't have two computers, so the two transitions suck. So I was like, yeah, it was either him or the gobbledygooker. But I figured, when they click on it, they can see Andre holding a trophy or turkey, not trophy, whatever, a turkey. But they'll have the gobbledygooker as the thumbnail. They'll never see it coming. Thanksgiving was yesterday, dumbass. I know, and I was busy streaming hockey. It's fucking Thanksgiving themed. Pancake is like fucking. I'm thankful for Pancake getting angry over the weirdest things. Oh man, but yeah. So, but I'm really thankful for like the elite. I'm really thankful for.
Dude, yeah, the elite. Can I just say something positive about the elite?
Yeah.
The elite is actually really inspiring, and I know you can say, well, they're just professional wrestlers, but it's like, dude, look at let's put the whole professional wrestling thing aside, and let's just look at this on the surface for what it is. A group of 6 people got together. They worked their asses off to be the best at whatever it is they decided to do. Then they just said, you know what, let's take this thing further. And then they decided, I don't know if they or if Tony Khan came to them or they went to Tony Khan. I think Tony Khan went to them, said, let's start a promotion. So, and all of them turned down the big money with WWE. They turned down the certainty. They turned down the guarantees. They went out and they, on their own dime, by the way, started their own event. It blew up. They're now on TV right now, and everything's on the line. I mean, if that's not gutsy, if that's not ballsy, I don't know what is.
Well, not that, but as a fan, that's what you dreamed of someone doing. B, they're marketing geniuses. C, they have fucking balls the size of fucking Andre's turkeys. And they took a chance, and it paid off. And the cons, man, fucking right now, they are living the dream that every pro wrestling fan wants. Think about it. The cons are literally playing booking simulators in real life. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh yeah, I'm a millionaire. Let's do it. I don't know. To me, I'm really excited where AEW is going. So I'm thankful for the elite. I'm just thankful for them having the fucking balls to do something different and fucking delivering. Like, I can't understand how people hate the elite. Like, if you tell that story to anyone that's not a bitter wrestling fan or a pro WWE fan, that's an amazing story. Just fucking change it to hockey. That's an amazing story. Change it to Hollywood. Change it. You know what I mean? It's the type of fucking story that they make Hollywood fucking adventures with. All right, Boom Boom, are you sitting down? We got this. This is the fucking new internet infantry. You ready? Hey, Boom
Right.
Boom, I have a question. This is from Pancake. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's it. It just says fuck you. Welcome.
Oh, okay.
How much do you miss Ewok, Forsaken, and the old guys?
I do.
Yeah, Ewok, I'm thankful for you, man. And he's going through some hard times, so.
Fuck, after this, I even miss Ray Mastani.
Oh my God, whatever happened to him?
I'm surprised he's not in jail.
Golden Star Alex started the elite chant. The elite, the elite, the elite. I miss Sammy. Sammy was a good guy. I'm putting him on the list of good guys. There we go.
You know, he's still on Facebook and everything. I mean, he's doing good. He got married not too long ago, and he's still trucking along.
That's
He's
cool.
actually looking really good, still bald.
Yeah, and me and Ron. Do you miss LK? I don't. Just fuck him. I mean,
Believe it or not, this may not be popular, but I do miss LK. I always looked at him like a little brother, so I had no problem with him. I actually do miss him.
I don't know. I just thought, like, like when he was telling me why he has to leave, I was like, this is fucking stupid. You know what I mean? You just simply say, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, well, there's fucking sun in my eyes and my coach, and I'm just like, just shut the fuck up. Do you remember when everyone came back for one stream? Yeah. Well, we have reunions every now and then. We invite people on. So, but here's the thing, like, it's so weird because, like, for a long time, if it wasn't for Boom Boom, Pablo, and I'm thankful for this, and I've mentioned this a zillion times, and I probably will say it a zillion more times because I was in a really negative, dark place. If it wasn't for Jerry O'Neill, Pablo, James Legend, Boom Boom, there would be no fucking site. There would be no marketing company. I just got up and fucking left. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, guys, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. And,
Dave Coco was literally that meme of SpongeBob SquarePants going, all right, I'm out.
yeah,
That's him.
exactly. And the fucked up part is like, when you are a guy that did 90% of the work from behind, you know what I mean, behind the scenes, and you just get up and leave, you're really fucking people over. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like, I was even completely honest. I was like, just fucking like, yeah, dude, I'm not gonna fucking do this shit anymore.
No,
you
you
know?
know, fucking worse. This is actually a funny story I can tell you now. When we had when CocoSports.com, when they were still asking for help for it, and ProWrestling.me, that fucking debacle. People were like, "Oh, Booms, can you start posting all these stories? Can you start doing all this?" And originally, I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, no problem." And I would go post a fucking story, and I'd go back like an hour later, and Jerry fucking delete it. And I was like, "What the fuck did you delete it for, Jerry?" And it's like, "Well, you didn't do this one little part right. Well, fucking correct it then, and keep it posted." And then that just kept happening. Fine, I'm just like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
And then I remember Coco comes to me with this idea. It's, a lot of people are saying that they can't get over because because it's got my name on it, Coco Sports. It's like, well, I thought about trying something called ProWrestling.me, and that way we can get it, because they feel like they got a shot to get over, and they can do their own things, they can do their own articles, they can do their own podcasts. And I was like, "You think it'll work?" And I straight up said no. And it's like, why? And it's like, because that actually require people to do fucking work. You've gotten rid of all the excuses for them. Now they've got no fucking place to go. They've got no excuse to not do something. And you know what happened? Who was on fucking ProWrestling.me? Me and Coco. That was it. Me and fucking Coco. It was CocoSports.com. Now moved to ProWrestling.me. And then when nobody did shit, it was like, okay, we're going to go back to
Coco. The funny part is like the whole time we're like this, because I thought it was a bad idea too. I'm like, Booms, I think this is a bad idea. Booms like, I think this is a bad idea. And there's like 20 people begging for it to happen. I'm like, all right, whatever. And it happens, and like nothing happened. And I was like, way to go, people. Way to go. I don't know. It was kind of like me and Boom Boom were like, these people are going to let us down. And they're like, we'll never let you down. All right. You go for the hot tag. They let us down.
Yeah, they let us down. That was, oh God, that was just sad.
Dave leaves. When he comes back, Coco Sports was turned into a pro wrestling porn site. That's a bit of a shoot, especially with Jerry.
Oh, yeah, no, y'all trust me. You don't know how much of a shoot that is.
Like, I'm gonna walk away. Like,
Oh,
here you go.
Coco knows what I'm talking about. I
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm talking about. Maybe the few old school fans know what I'm talking about, but yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, so oh man, it was a good time. But the thing is, I do like the fact that A, people kept it alive, but B, I also like the fact that like even though we bitch a lot, there's a lot of great memories. You know what I mean? We got to do a lot of fucking cool shit that probably shouldn't have been done. You know what I mean? It's just like we made the one of the first streaming fucking websites. We fucking we had some of the best pro wrestlers in the world fucking wrestle for us. You know, it was insane. I was just joking, but please explain. Hold on, wait. Oh, fucking we let Jerry run everything, and Jerry was like, "Oh, I know what we'll do. We'll just put porn ads on everything." And Google's like, "We hate you," and Jerry's like, "This is a great idea." How do you not know how to fix a crashing issue? What are you talking about, Pancake? I love
Yeah.
Pancake like just
I
always
remember
like
that. Yeah.
stuff goes wrong and
I remember
Pancake's.
the
How do you
porn
not
ads.
fucking know
Yeah.
this? I don't know. Fucking I don't know a lot of shit. Oh man. So there you go. Oh man. So James Legend said he'll be back soon. So cool.
Yay.
Your
Hope it
game.
gets better.
Oh, you're talking about the cool game? Yeah. That was. Yeah, we made a wrestling game and it was really fun. And then as
Oh
soon as
yeah,
it had
fantasy booking.
yeah. As soon as it had 1,000 people on it, like, and it just sucked because like I don't know, like you know, we talk about our positives and our failures, and like whenever you're in business, you just have to get used to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. Like Pancake's like, "You fucking idiot, that fucking sucks." Like, dude, you've never been in business. Like, you know what I mean? I mean,
Mhm.
like, if I can, you have no idea, like, how many times in business something just fucking flops, you know? And then you just have to
Yeah.
fucking keep moving forward, you know? Like, everyone wants to hear the positive stories, but no, there's negative stories too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, cool.
Fantasy booking.
Yeah,
For those of
that,
you who may not remember,
yeah.
we had like this thing where it was you had five. There was 5 rounds. You could pick the rules were you had to pick one person from WWE, one person from TNA. I think one from Ring of Honor. I forget. A woman, and then like you had a freebie. So you had all and if your
Oh
guy
no,
won, I think,
that one was successful because
yeah.
what's his name did it? No, I was talking about the cool. It was the
Oh, never mind.
that one where
I
you
was thinking
picked
about something different.
moves.
My bad.
Yeah. I think the fantasy thing was real successful. The only problem is the
We had to
guys
keep
running
track of
it.
it.
The guys running it was like, oh, we're not doing it anymore. But it was like reasonable. Yeah, it was Forsaken.
Yeah,
Forsaken would
Forsaken. Thank you. Yeah, he ran that
Forsaken
thing.
crunched all the numbers. And then like two,
God
three
bless him.
years into it, he's like, I'm just not gonna do this anymore. But he was professional about it. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah.
But no, we're talking about cool.
Oh, you know
It
what the
was
funny thing about that was? Real quick, I'll let you get back to it. But you know what the funny
yeah.
thing was? We decided who was going to get the first pick. By order of entry, and it was Japan. Got it. And this guy, it was first round, first draft pick. Could get anybody he wanted. Could literally have. I mean, he had open board. That's like having like the number one overall pick in the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL draft. You could literally get anybody. Who did he get on his very first pick on the first round ever? He picked, and I'm not making this up. Dave Coco is my witness. Will tell you he picked Yoshitatsu.
He did pick Yoshitatsu because he wanted to pick all Japan guys, all Japanese guys. Yeah, Yoshitatsu went number one overall. I remember that. No, I think he was talking about cool. We had a game online and it fucking worked perfectly until it hit 1,000 people. As soon as 1,000 people playing at one time, and the thing is, it grew fast, but then it would just reset and delete everything. And yeah, so we figured out the problem. Like when it hits 1,000, it just resets everything. And it got more popular, so it was resetting like every 6 hours. And we were just like, all right, we're having technical problems. So we went to India, and they're like, well, we can't fix it. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, it was insane. So yeah, that was shit. Was that the one where Dave married Samoa Joe? No, that was another thing where we did a booking simulator with Cynical. And he'll probably be back. We're gonna play some Madden or something together. I thought you were talking about Coco Sports' biggest fuck ups. That's okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump the gun. Nah, it was a game Dave made. Yeah, I made a video game. It didn't work. Like, that's the end of that story. And a bunch of Indian people are like, but it doesn't work. I know it doesn't work, but it's done. Like, no. You gotta. Oh, dude, it was such a nightmare. And that's like picking Ricky Williams too soon. Yeah. I don't think Ricky Williams was that bad of a player. I just think they gave way too much to get him. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah. So there we go. I want to thank SOS Wrestle Talk, Dion Wells, Pancake, who else is here, and Van Plank for showing some love on the Twitter machine. Much love, guys.
Woohoo!
Boom Boom. Do you remember Ricky Williams? I'm pretty sure you remember Ricky
Yeah,
Williams.
you talk about that running back. He was from Texas.
Yeah, that's
He
the
went
one.
to the NFL, and he basically just walked out on the NFL to go smoke dope.
Yep, that's him. Good guy. Had fun all around. But they gave up a lot of first round picks for him.
And I think after all what they did for him and he left, I think like he wound up owing like the team money.
Oh, he's a good guy. They were like, you can't smoke weed. And he's like, no, I can smoke weed. And they're like, well, you can't smoke weed and play football. He's like, as I said, I can smoke weed. And the coach who drafted him gave up like 10 draft picks for a flop. Yeah. I think his flop was made worse by how much they gave up. Basically, you know how we play like on Let's Plays here on the channel? How we fucking like we'll go after our favorite guy and give up way too much because haha, it's a video game and that's fun. That's what he basically did, except it was a huge flop. He literally ran an NFL.
Real life, and it was worth millions of dollars.
Yeah. So basically, he ran an NFL franchise the same way we run our Madden franchise. Like, he's just like, I'm going to look in the chat. Someone said do this. Why not? Mike Ditka. Good times had by all. So, yeah. But, yeah, overall, I think, like, I'm thankful for pro wrestling. This is the big one I'm thankful for. You know, I can be serious for a moment. I'm thankful for its escapism. I grew up and
amen.
I grew up and had a rough childhood. And it was the only thing that fucking got me through it a lot of times. You know what I mean? Like I'll write books about it and shit. And there's pieces of my life in all the novels I write that are coming out. But it wasn't, it's one of those things when I start telling a childhood story and I look up, a lot of people start crying. And I'm like, dude, okay, all right. I didn't fucking expect that reaction. And it was also in the Marine Corps. It was just an escapism. Like, we'd go and shoot bad guys. Bad guys would shoot at us. And we'd go and watch Nitro and Raw. I remember, I don't know how dark we want to get, but it's a podcast. We're thankful. I remember like one time there was this guy and he just looked like an all-American fucking athlete superhero. And he was just talking about like how he's going to be the greatest fucking Marine. And like us, like we call older Marines salty, and not even that old. It's just there's a difference if you've been to combat and not been to combat. You know what I mean? And the salty Marines always tell the boots. That's the rookies. I always remember like we'd tell him like he just looked like $1 million. Like just imagine Jack Swagger. You know what I mean? Just like holy fuck, what the fuck are you doing here? You know? He looked like the type of guy that wasn't in the Marine Corps, but was an actor playing a Marine. You know what I mean? And we were just telling him, like, hey, dude, not everyone can fucking hang. Not everyone can do it. It's a lot different than you think. And he was just so confident. And I remember he saw, like, his first fucking, excitement. And he went back, and he was like, yeah, I can't handle it. And he fucking offed himself. And I remember we were just sitting there looking at his fucking body. And, like, out of nowhere, they were just like, you want to go watch Nitro? Sure. Like, that's how much of an escapism it was. You know what I mean? We're like, dude, fucking poor Bob didn't make it. So, yeah. But, yeah, it's just escapism. And it's fucking, it's always been there for you. And, yeah, so I love that. I thought Raptor Man was your escapism reads. Raptor Man wasn't real. Today in a Hockey AM stream, he disappeared. How's your football team doing, Boom Boom? Alabama, right?
No, actually, it's Troy. We're actually playing our last game of the season today. I think it comes on 3:30 Eastern. I don't know what channel though. We're playing Appalachian State. If we win, we get bowl eligible. We get to 6 wins, which I don't think we are because we're playing the best team in the league. And I think they're ranked like 22nd in the nation, 23rd in the nation, somewhere around that. So things aren't looking too good. As far as Alabama goes, now they got the Iron Bowl tomorrow, which is going to be just insane because it always is. The big story out of that one is Alabama's starting quarterback is out for the season with a dislocated hip, so they're bringing in the backup. And right now they're 10-1, and Auburn's like 8-3, but they've got a pretty decent defense, so it's going to be something's got to give here.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of wrestling fans, he's the guy that did Coco Sports Dream with me, Cynical. He's a Army veteran, and we're going to probably play some Madden together. I'm swinging by to tell you that you're awesome, then leaving the stream and going to the store. Appreciate you stopping by. Football AM with your host, Boom Boom. I'd watch it. Yeah, well, maybe we'll get it one day. Yeah, speaking of football, Japanese Football AM with your host, Dave. How many people would watch that? Zero.
How are the Frontiers doing?
They're in the playoffs tomorrow. First round playoffs. They're undefeated. Yep, and they've won like 6 of the last championships. So
so they won the Rice Bowl.
No, the Rice Bowl's coming up. It's coming up later this month.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. That's coming up.
Yeah,
You think
yeah.
they're
They're in the playoffs. They're on the road.
By the way, if anybody thinks I'm being a racist prick, no, really, that's what their Super Bowl is called in Japan. It's called the Rice Bowl.
Yeah. So it's right the day before Wrestle Kingdom in the Tokyo Dome. Why aren't the Frontiers in the playoffs winning everything? Well, they are. They're in the first round of the playoffs or the first game. You know what I mean? And yeah, they're favored. Like they did the poll. They didn't have points, but they did the favor of like they were picked by sports media and fans. 99.8% chance to win. Like, all right. But the last game, they had a rough game. They only won by 2. And sadly, that is a rough game because, Jesus Christ, they can run up the score. Let's see. Oh, before I go, when we play Madden, I want Booms to commentate us, Dave. All right, we could try to make that happen. I said when and not why. Oh, yeah. We deserve that. All right, Booms, you going to join us for Madden stream? You can just... But I don't know how he's going to watch it. We'll figure it out. In that, or he'll just be on super delay, a 15-second delay, and you can watch it on stream. I don't know. But yeah. Booms, do you have a PlayStation 4? Do you have Madden or NHL?
I do not.
Well, then what's the point of living? What's the point of life?
Mm-hmm.
He has a PlayStation 4, LOL. He says, Sadical's calling you out. He's saying you have a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I just got a PlayStation 4, but I don't have Madden, and I don't have NHL.
Well, they're on sale, bitch. Go get it. What the fuck, Booms? We're talking pro wrestling where we can be playing hockey? Madden is $35 and NHL is $30. Cynical's got the fucking news in the chat. Booms ain't gonna get it. Look at him. He gave me the grandpa, huh? Hockey AM with Boom Boom. Madden might be.
Yeah, that's gonna be the worst game ever. It's like, what the hell am I doing? I'm just past it here. Why can't I just hit the guy with the stick?
I'm getting Madden for Christmas. Bucks versus Jets. Here's the thing. I suck at NHL. I am 1,000 times worse than Madden. I have no idea how the fuck we win. Oh man. But yeah, there you go. I'm good. I'm bad at it's good. I'm bad at Madden. Nice. All right, we'll go. We'll be like the worst fucking players in Madden. So yeah, and then I got slap shots for Santa coming. Booms. You better be there the weekend before Christmas. I plan on going 36 hours. There's a big debate of how we're doing this 36 hours. So, do you want to hear my 2 ideas? One, I'm for, but Bear Friend's against. All right,
okay.
you got Bear Friend and Pancake on one side, and the rest of the world on the other.
Mm-hmm.
We want to go 36 hours for charity. Bear Friend and Pancakes want 36 hours straight. The rest of the world and me say 12 hours 3 days in a row.
Hmm.
Are you gonna go with Bear Friend and Pancake, or are you gonna go with the rest of the world?
Well, I'm worried about if you try to go it all in one go. I mean, it's good. It's good because you get it all over with right then and there. It's just kind of like rip the Band-Aid off, just be done with it.
Okay.
But also at the same time,
I'm losing the chat. Everyone's saying 36 hours straight.
I'm worried about the effects of sleep deprivation on you and um,
Booms, that's why you got to get NHL because I'm going to hot tag you. Get you, boom,
oh,
boom. To you we go. So Golden Star wants 3 days, 12 hours. I don't know. Dave can handle it. He's a fucking Marine. That's true. I don't fucking barely sleep. But the thing is, I don't want to just stare straight at the street. But I do have strategies how to fucking milk this 36 hours. If you
hmm.
can't hang for 36, what kind of Marine are you? Calm down, cynical.
Well, I think if you can go 97 hours straight, you can set the Guinness World Record.
Yeah, that's not happening. You're disappointing John Cena. Dun, 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 dun. I always wanted to do a show with Cynical called Vets on Wrestling, and people will think it's veterans of wrestling and it's veterans of infantry.
What if it was veterinarians wrestling?
Oh, it could be. I don't know. I once fucking saved a dog.
We could do that. Cat people versus dog people. Do a
Uh,
run in by the hamster.
oh, booms. We have this new thing that Golden Star says. If we ever get too negative, we have to go to John Cena's Twitter and read one of his tweets. Have you ever seen John Cena's Twitter? It
No,
is,
I'm not.
dude, it is the most fucking bullshit fucking motivational speeches ever. It is god awful. It is the worst fucking thing in the world. All right, ready? Enduring
Ready.
hardship will provide you wisdom. Ignoring hardship will provide you with a false sense of perfection. It is this bullshit all the time. And dude, the best part is a lot of times it doesn't even fucking make sense. And a lot of times he contradicts himself. Oh god. I love it. It's so fucking horrible that I love it. Oh, boom boom. Have you seen Playing with Fire? The fucking trailer? This is
I have.
seen his new movie. All right, listen. We all have a homework assignment. He fucking dude. John Cena throws you under the bus. Throws you under the bus in his fucking thing. It's called Playing with Fire,
Okay.
and it's a trailer. And he throws you under the bus. He's with a comedian guy. I don't know who the comedian guy is, but he is. So it's called Playing with Fire. Be honest. Be
Okay.
grateful. Be unafraid of who you are. Life may have... Dude, he's a fucking fortune cookie. He's a real life fortune cookie. Life may have problems, but it should never be a problem. Oh my god. Just reading his Twitter line makes me want to kill myself. We tend to measure success in things, grind, or status among others. Measure it in joy instead. It's a much better gauge. Do you think he's really like this, or do you think he just has some fucking idiot open up fortune cookies?
I hope to God somebody's doing that for him.
Oh, it's my favorite segment. Thank you, Golden Star.
I could not
Thank
stand to
you.
be that shallow every goddamn day.
Oh, yeah, we're fucking every day we're doing it. He hit him with the euthanizer. Mamma mia. 5 people said 36 straight hours. 2 people said 3 days of 12. Booms, where do you side on slap shots for Santa?
Well, you're doing 36 hours regardless. But I'm gonna go with Bear Friend just because just I don't want to get on her bad side, and plus I think she's got some good points.
Gotcha. Remind me to block John Cena on Twitter lately. Actually, maybe not. It makes some good comedy. It's pure gold. It's pure. Boom. Should we do a whole fucking show where we just read down his Twitter line?
We just did.
No. I'm saying we go for fucking 45 minutes just going head to toe. Because I will giggle
No,
like a schoolgirl the whole time. It will be the worst podcast ever. But oh God, will I enjoy it. Or should we just save it for when we're kind of cranky? Like a
I just
segment
say
to cheer us up.
save it for when we're cranky. Probably like those few days right after the New Year. We don't know what fucking day it is, and we're all fucking depressed because we're so full of food.
We'll just fucking read his timeline. U.S. Marine veteran John Cena is really motivational. I'm out, but Booms has to get ready to commentate on the future. Booms, are you willing to go join us in Coco Plays with himself with Cynical. Doesn't make sense. Coco plays with Cynical and do
I mean, yeah, I
commentary.
can pop. Yeah, I can pop in. Yeah, you can just put me on like probably what we'd have to do is you have to put me on like a party chat
Yeah, we'll have.
and
I have never
stream
done
that.
a party chat, but yeah, we'll try. All right, we'll work on it. By the way, guys, how's the sound? We're doing this way. I think this way's the best way we've done so far on Twitch.
So far, I mean, it's got to be good because usually somebody would be like, "Oh, I can't hear you."
Yeah. Let's see. Boom Boom. I just remembered. Did Dave ever tell you the "Oh yeah, baby, football baby" story?
No, you have not.
All right. There's this former NFL guy. I think he lied. I'm pretty sure he never played in the NFL. And they did like opening pitch ceremonies, but in football it's just a slant pass. He drops it, and I'm like, okay, just laugh it off. You dropped a slant pass, whatever. You're a fucking NFL player that I never heard of. And he fucking then he goes there and he's kind of like talking to the guy like, oh, you have to hit me in the hands, not here. And the quarterback just threw the fucking easiest lob. You know what I mean? But he like
Mhm.
legit dropped it. But he's like, you got to put it here. And I was like, is he fucking being serious? But he was. And then he fucking goes and like they interview him and he's giving like the shortest answers in the world, like he doesn't want to be there. And then out of nowhere,
Mhm.
they're like, could you give a motivational speech for the team? And he goes, okay, yeah. And he grabs the mic, and I have no idea why I didn't record it. It's the biggest regret I have in life, and I have many. He goes, oh yeah, baby, football baby, and drops the mic. And I want to let you know, we're still undefeated. Greatest motivational speech ever. Dude, all I'm saying, if I had that on fucking tape, how much would that be fucking viral gold? I would start every Madden stream with it. Oh yeah, baby, football baby. So
Yeah,
great.
that sounds like that would be awesome.
Yeah, 6-2, you're triple. Oh, I'm louder. I think they're talking about the. I think he's keeping score for the fucking slap shot with Santa.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I gotta start doing that shit, or I'm gonna fucking fail. I gotta be motivated. The problem is my stupid jobs get in the way of my stupid Santa stream.
Yeah, I know. Real life gets in the way of the internet.
I know. Oh god. Who knows? But we also have another rule because like Pancake wants it to be 36 hours. That at any time when I'm tired, I have to say, Pancake, I'm ending the stream. You have 1 minute, and we start a countdown. And if he doesn't respond in 1 minute, like a pro wrestling match, it's over. And we ring a bell. Ding, ding, ding. The stream's over. Are you okay with adding that rule to the stream?
Okay.
All right, Booms
So
is
everything's
accepting it.
like everything that hinges off Drago's attention span.
Exactly. Well, because he's the one that's like, you got to go fucking 50 hours. I think Golden Star would just go to his house and fucking like rip the controller, like it's just I picture Pancake in his like this rolling chair, and he's Pancake screams, "I got this shit." He's just sitting there, and I'm like, "You got 30 seconds," and he's trying to make a picture out of it, and he's like, he's got 40 seconds left, 20 seconds, whatever. It's a countdown, and at 10,
Mhm.
Golden Star comes in and fucking just takes the chair and rolls him away, and they're like battling on a rolling chair to hit the button. Uh, there's a reason I'm not watching 36 hours. Yeah, I'll probably be super tired. Oh well. All right. The slap shot for Santa. I don't know. At this phase, there might not be a slap shot for Santa. Be like slap shot for Santa next year will be amazing.
Well, why don't you just do 124-hour stream?
Well, that's the problem. I was going to. That was the original plan. But then stupid bear friend opened up her mouth and said, "Well, you already did a 24-hour stream, so you should do a 36." And then
Okay, then
everyone
do the
but Golden
25-hour
Star.
stream.
It's not, I like the way this kid's thinking. I like the way this kid's thinking. Bear friend, 25-hour stream. She's not even listening to us. She's sitting there working with her earphones on. She says she's a good girlfriend, working hard so we can retire soon. What a fucking jerk. Anyway, yeah, I'm thankful for pro wrestling. It fucking brings me joy. You're killing me here, Booms. Somebody has
You
learned
just
to
pulled.
ignore Dave. Yeah.
Oh my God! You just pulled the biggest Dave Coco ever.
What's that?
It's like, it's like this is how this started off. Well, I'm thankful for pro wrestling, and then it goes to, well, I didn't have a very good childhood. That got me through, and then I watched, one of my Marine Corps brothers commit suicide, and then we're like,
Yeah.
fuck it, let's just go watch wrestling. And then I want to do all this charity work, and yeah, football, baby, yeah. And then like 30
Look,
fucking
I'm
minutes
reading
later,
the
it's like,
chat.
and then 30 minutes later, it's like, yeah, yeah. So the bottom line is, I'm just thankful for wrestling.
Yeah. Whatever, dude. We jump around a bit here. uh, yeah. Uh, all right. So yeah, and hopefully we can podcast more. It's just hard with time zones and jobs.
Oh yeah.
Hey Dave, Jersey game. This game happened last night. Saints Falcons. All right, let's boom boom go. We have a tradition here on Twitch. It's called the Jersey game. It's mostly done by Golden Star. But the Jersey game is he lists off two teams, and you can only get one jersey because, I want to collect jerseys for each team.
Hmm.
You got Saints Falcons. Who do you got?
Saints.
No. Each team. Okay, I'll go first. Saints, Ricky Williams. Falcons, Deion Sanders. What jersey would you buy from those teams? That's the game. Now, do you understand?
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you just meant like, okay, just get like a regular, jersey, I guess. With New Orleans, I'd go Drew Brees. I know it's kind of a cop out. As far as the Falcons go, I would say, I think it, no, not a, shit, Julio Jones.
No, I'd go Bad Moon Rising or Dion. Remember Bad Moon Rising? Ooh, he was a good player.
Somebody's parents was a CCR fan.
No, I do love CCR, but that's not the point. No, Andrew Rising, that was his name. Bad Moon Rising. I thought you'd get a Goldberg Falcons jersey. Damn, that'd been awesome. I still want to get a 69 Vikings Brock Lesnar jersey. Yeah. So that's about it. Booms, are we wrapping this bad boy up?
Yep, let's wrap it up here.
All right, let's give the Twitch, YouTube. We do everything live and we archive it on YouTube. So if you're part of the YouTube Internet Infantry, much love. We'll try to get back to doing Stump the Idiots. Second, if you're part of the Twitch division of the Internet Infantry, I don't know what I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. I have a dentist appointment and I'm going to a playoff game. Hockey AM might be at regular time, and Sunday's a free-for-all. I stream hockey every day from 10 to midnight unless I'm super sick, and that's usually once or twice a month. Knock on wood. And then on the weekends, it's a free-for-all depending on how busy I am and how not busy I am. After the 19th or 17th or sometime in December, I have 2-3 weeks off, so expect a lot of content. Booms, do you got anything to plug? Like,
No, nothing I can really plug, but I just want to say thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thanks for the likes, the subscriptions, the follows. It's we keep doing, we always said we were going to do this show, even if nobody's listening. And half the time that was the case, but for those of you who've tuned in, it means the world to us, and we thank you for sharing your passions with us, and you allow us to share our passions with you.
all right, we're about to raid the Baker and Timo show, and now I'm gonna go cuddle with bear friends.
Allegedly.
Please follow us on the Twitter machine because the weekends is a free for all, and whenever I stream, we'll be there. Plus, Golden Star Alex is gonna start streaming NHL games, so please check it out. All right, we're gonna raid the Baker and Timo show. Boom boom. I'm thankful for you, you son of a bitch. With that, I am over. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Hey, and I misspelled the Baker and Timo show. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Let's do a raid, shall we? These guys are hockey Canadian dudes. They're pretty cool. The Baker and Timo show. Did I spell it right this time? Pow! I did. Booms, I spelled the name right. I spelled the name right, Booms.
Well,
Giving myself a Barry Horowitz. It feels good. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, brother. I know it's a little late. Black Friday, more like Wrestling Friday. Am I right?
Yeah.
With that, I am over. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Hey, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-na.